Hey, this is Antonio. Welcome back to my channel. Who's ready for some fighting words? So in this video, I want to announce the good news that just happened. So the WBC has ordered Ryan Garcia and Isaac Cruz. This fight has been brewing, so I'm excited. Really quick, if you like these videos, please like, please share, please subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so when I need you guys for that, I need you guys to tell a friend of a friend of a friend. But let's jump back to this video. So it is good news. There has been some beef going back and forth via social media between Isaac Cruz, the Pitbull, and King Ryan Garcia. So yeah, I'm excited about this fight. You know, I've actually borderline have done breakdowns for these two. So it's kind of weird because I've already kind of, tapped into some breakdowns for them. But it was initially Ryan Garcia who wanted to fight. It was initially Isaac Cruz who reached out saying he wanted some of Ryan Garcia. After Ryan Garcia kind of made fun of Tank saying, look, you can't even get through this guy. Who is this guy? In which case, the Pitbull, being the Pitbull, was like, hey, you want to know who I am? You come fight me. You'll find out who I am. You'll find out real quick. And things just kind of skyrocketed from there. And listen, I am excited about this fight. I think this is a good fight. I think this is a good test for both guys. I think this is a gauge. I feel like the Ryan Garcia versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight will happen one day. And I think if Ryan Garcia were to fight the Pitbull, it will really gauge his skill set. I think Pitbull is the most aggressive guy that we have seen Ryan Garcia in there with. So this is going to be interesting because typically Ryan Garcia has guys who are kind of like patient and stationary. And now you have somebody like the Pitbull who's a whole lot more aggressive, and he's there for the smoke. He likes to close the distance. He has a very tight defense, closing the distance, bull rushing in. And once he gets in, he's not hard to kick out. Then you have Ryan Garcia who likes to keep his distance and is more of sometimes a spontaneous fighter where, he can be doing nothing and just burst into energy and throw, a wild combination and it will connect. Or he's also a great, he's also a great counterpuncher. Again, very explosive. So both of them are explosive, but what sets it apart is I feel like Pitbull initiates things and Ryan Garcia, he's patiently waiting. So you got all the makings, all the trimmings of a great fight because you have a great counterpuncher and you have somebody who's he has no other choice. Pitbull is, pretty short, so he's got no other choice. He has to close the distance and he has to do it fairly early. However, Ryan Garcia can't just sit around and wait for the perfect shot, which is what he tends to do sometimes. He'll just kind of sit there and then, he doesn't move his legs a whole lot. He's not going to have the option to do those things with Pitbull. Pitbull knows he has to get in close. And, Ryan Garcia should know, somebody the way Pitbull fights, he's got to get in close. If he wants to be successful, he's got to get in close. He's got to get in close early. And he has to close the distance every single round, the start of every single round. So if he could keep him at bay, well, then it could be a hard, long night for the Pitbull. However, but then again, Ryan Garcia does have some knockouts, so it could be a short night for the Pitbull as well. However, with Ryan Garcia, if you let Pitbull in one time, it only takes one time, and he can close the show once he gets in. And he's not easy to kick out, like I said. So overall, I'm just happy for the announcement of this fight, and I can't wait to do a full fight breakdown. We have seen both guys since all the, the back and forth has started. We have seen both guys, like Ryan Garcia's last fight, he won his fight, but it wasn't the most impressive looking fight in the world. And then you had Pitbull. Granted, who he was fighting, it wasn't, he did his job. He took the guy out. That's what he was supposed to do. He took his opponent out. And he did it he beat his opponent more impressively than Gervonta Tank Davis. Not unfortunately, I guess I'll just say, fortunately for both of the guys, a lot of things are going to be gauged on Gervonta Tank Davis, So in terms of Ryan Garcia, it's projection for Gervonta Tank Davis. In terms of Pitbull, It's also projection for Gervonta Tank Davis. But since they've shared an opponent, you know, it's safe to say Pitbull can be even more aggressive than Tank. I think they both share a lot of the same attributes, Pitbull and Tank, but I feel like Pitbull has a really solid defense. And this fight with Ryan Garcia is going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting because it's not easy to land cleanly on Pitbull, but on top of that, it's not easy to repeatedly land easy on Pitbull. So let's just say you do catch him. It's not going to be the easiest thing to follow up on that. And the way he is, he's such an aggressive guy that if you hit him once, he wants to hit you back 3-4 times. So, you know, it's kind of one of those be careful what you ask for type of things. You know, Ryan Garcia does not like firefights. And Tank, see, I've said his name so many times, now I'm thinking about it. But Pitbull, his whole game is based on firefights. His whole game is based on close distance. His whole game is based on telephone booth fighting. So, like I said, it's going to be interesting. Whoever can implement what they do. Ryan Garcia, obviously, he wants to keep distance. Obviously, he wants to live and die by that jab and throw in that check hook every once in a while. Pitbull is clear as day what he wants to do. He wants to get in close, he wants to close the distance, and he wants to go straight to the body. That's what he wants to do. So it's all about who can implement their will on the other guy, which is typically what it all boils down to. But in this case, there's such extremes that, you know, there's such on the opposite end of the spectrum. It really is who can ever, you know, implement what they want to do. Every once in a while, you get guys who have the same attributes, you know, like, I mean, look at like a Devin Haney and George Kambosos. Same size, you know, like, you know, neither one of them are the biggest power punchers or anything like that. But then you have Ryan Garcia and you have Pitbull, complete and total opposites in terms of fight style and complete and total opposite in terms of physical structure. So again, it's going to be really interesting to watch this fight play out, you know, and it will again be a great gauge for Gervonta Tank Davis, because I do believe two things are going to happen in the future. One, we're going to see Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis, and two, we are going to see a rematch between Isaac Cruz, and we're going to see that against Gervonta Tank Davis. So this fight is going to be a huge gauge for both, well, not for both, all three, really, potentially all three. Somebody's got to lose, right? So potentially all three. And yeah, may the best man win. I look forward to it. I'm excited. As always, please like, please share, please subscribe to my channel.